Artie Farragher.
All right, now take off your pants.
Boing.
Nerd talk. Take your phase capacitor and solder it to your diodes. I want to do that. That sounds so fun.
So I've officially stopped listening to the news.
Oh, that's good.
I mean, I see it every now and then it peppers in. I know that.
It's kind of, it's petered out.
It's fair. Has it, though?
It's just it's always the same shit, which is like the same thing they've been, talking about for the last month.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's just like more of it. Like Biden's son's a criminal. Like, yeah, we get it. Totally.
I'm ready for it to be done. I just want to know. I just want to know what I'm dealing with for the next 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
It is really shitty that we have, I know it's an unpopular opinion, but it really is shitty, our options for president.
Yeah. They suck. It's like the last two.
Yeah.
It's, what? Those are the only two that are over the age of 35?
Yeah, it's basically...
I'm kind of mad at everyone that is over 35.
What?
Like, why aren't you running? Why aren't any of you making a difference?
It's New World Order versus idiot asshole.
Yeah.
That's literally what it's like. New World Order. Do we want New World Order or idiot asshole? Both are totally fucked.
It's true.
It's like saying, I know I've already said that analogy. I was going to say like food poisoning or a pile of shit.
Yeah.
So.
What do you want?
What do you want? Food poisoning or a pile of shit?
Or do you want to drink your own vomit? Because that is the libertarian vote.
Yeah.
You got three options.
Kanye West is a milkshake that got left out.
Kanye West is, he's not even on it.
But if everyone voted for him.
Yeah, but.
I
think everyone's kind of past that at this point.
Probably. He'll get like 10,000 votes, I'm sure.
Be nice. Be good for his self-esteem.
Well, in a lot of states, he's running as, which I didn't know you could do this, run as vice president.
Oh.
So whoever wins, if he gets voted in as vice president, he will have to be the vice president.
Don't tell people this.
It's all good. Freedom, y'all. Pony's got a little monkey tail right now.
He does? Oh, he does. There you go.
He's so upset by that. You bitch.
Why'd you move my tail?
Why you touch it? It's like a monkey tail. It drooped right over the chair with a little curl in it. Yeah, so that's fun.
Oof,
it's good that you're staying away from the news, though, because I'm doing the same.
It's bumming me out.
Yeah, it's not good for us, because
No.
I have to take my own medicine, basically, because I always preach this stuff, because it is good stuff to live by. It's stuff I've heard people told to me, I've read in books or whatever, and I've stopped adhering to those laws.
Yeah.
Of like, go outside, look around you. That's your reality.
Yeah.
Talk to your neighbors, talk to your loved ones, talk to your friends, your family. That's what's real, not what they tell you. Mm-mm. And there's real shit out there that's terrible, that's happening. For sure. But your reality where you are is what's important. And it's like that with politics too. We the way I heard of this the Meat Eater podcast, great podcast, and it's a lot of preserving nature and all this great outdoor stuff. They were talking about how they vote, and I was like, yeah, a lot of people do vote that way, where they lose enthusiasm as they go down the ballot. So they're really excited for the president, and then their local senate, and then by the time it gets to the shit that actually matters for their local things, they don't know about it and they don't care. And that's the stuff that actually matters, because that's the stuff you can see, touch, taste, and smell. Yeah. And fuck. And
fuck your officials.
Yeah. Well, because they're like, well, we should ban fucking. And they're like, okay, let's ban fucking.
I think my biggest thing that was for here was the taking sex ed out of school.
Yeah.
Voted strongly against that.
Yeah, we want to take it out right?
No.
No?
I want to keep sex ed in schools.
Well, then they'll have sex, Amanda.
But at least they'll know how to have sex correctly and safely.
They're good Christian kids. They'll never have sex.
Oh, fuck.
They'll just let it soak until something happens.
I will say this town is just as conservative, if not more so, than Redlands.
Mm-hmm.
It's just another conservative little inland empire.
Yeah, it is pretty conservative.
I mean, for a blue state.
A very blue state.
Same with California, super blue.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of...
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's kind of the same that way, where it's controlled by the majority of the population that lives in the city metropolis.
Do you regret not voting for the younger Democrat?
Oh, yeah, we saw the debate.
I kind of actually liked his...
We voted early.
I liked what he said.
We voted for the incumbent. Just fine.
He's all right.
He's an old tart.
He's old and he seems grumpy.
Yeah.
Which old and grumpy can be fine.
Although
the other guy just looked like a cheery lumberjack.
Yeah.
And
he did seem like a genuinely nice guy. Like he wasn't like Antifa or anything.
He had great views and kind of what he wanted to see.
Yeah. He's going to euthanize the homeless. It was really good.
I mean, at this point, let's just add it, you know?
Just like, what's an extra couple $100,000 for an incinerator?
I mean, like meth heads. Like, just like file them, you know? Just be like, there's free food in here, and then push them in the incinerator. No?
I think multiple sex offenders for sure. Like, we spend so much taxpayer money. Yeah. Just...
That's another thing. Everyone is like...
Bullets to, like...
Someone recently said Democrats are for sex offenders, and I was like, no. Democrats are trying to get help in place so that if you can identify yourself as someone that will offend sexually, then you can get help that you need before it happens. So that less of our tax dollars are going to these fucking assholes.
Right. Well, and they're going off of that one thing where sex offenders were released from prison in California.
They released here. They released them everywhere. The ones that get released in Seattle get sent here to Spokane.
Yeah, they really do.
And my thing is...
that is an issue.
If you've offended...
Yep.
And you broke the law because you offended... Your dick gets cut off. And yeah, you can go back into society. Sure. But if you want to keep your dick, then you have to stay in prison. That's how it works. And then there's the other ones that like turn themselves in before anything happens. Those people are the ones I'm talking about.
No, I do. I'm with you though.
Because Ashton Kutcher had like this whole thing with Dak Shepard that I was listening to. I didn't realize how into that he was.
Yeah, it's like a big part of his life.
But he basically wants to...
Sex trafficking.
Yeah, so it starts with the sex trafficking, and then so he wants to get people help before they actually become offenders or traffickers.
Yeah, if someone's
or if they could potentially get trafficked.
It's weird. I like got a thing for kids, and then they're like, okay, well, here's a program where they chemically castrate you, and they, or whatever.
But then it goes into the whole thing of, well, if you can change a sex offender, can't you change a gay person? That's what Christians backfire with it for. And not Christians, but I mean conservative people that don't agree with people living a different life than them, even though it doesn't affect them. Yeah. So that was the counter argument from a conservative group that were like, well, then we can change gay people. And I was like, two different things.
Yeah, and
loving someone in a loving way and having a consensual relationship is different than if you see a child and you're like, fuck yeah.
Well, you know what's weird? I never thought about this until now, because we still haven't figured it out, obviously, because we haven't figured out the humans are fucking nuanced like crazy. Yeah. There's got to be a certain number of
You should just have a shirt that says nuance.
That's my thing. Yeah. It's nuance.
Mine will just say 100%. Yours will say nuance.
So, like, how... I wonder if there's... And it's had to have happened for as many people who have been quote unquote converted from gay to straight,
Yeah.
there's got to be a small number of them who are bisexual and just went with it. Like, they're like, I like men or whatever. I like women or whatever. And then they go, you're gay. That's wrong. God doesn't want that. Stop it. Pray. Let's pray a lot. And they're like, oh, okay. Then they meet someone of the opposite sex and they're like, oh, I like this person. Maybe I'm not gay. It's like, well, maybe you're bisexual. Maybe you like cock and puss.
That's true.
And, you know, like,
but I mean, there's
why do we have to have these, like, you can change it, you can't change it? Like, let people fuck when they win and what they want.
It's true.
As long as it's not a child.
Yeah. That's I think that's all I'm asking for, is that
that's it.
It's consensual to whoever wants to have it with you.
Yeah.
And they have to be above the age of 18.
Yeah.
Preferably if you're super old, whatever. I
think the new age should be 23. Legal age should be 23, but then if you're in between the ages of 16...
Why do you think it should be 23?
Because that's roughly when your brain stops developing.
So then you're like, that's fair. I think that's really fair.
And they raise that to everything. But
are you going to force our kid to do that?
Yeah, but here's the thing. They can still have sex. When you're 16, you can have sex with a 16-year-old. If you're wearing a condom, you're smart, and you have to break up after 2 weeks. That's the rule. That's the rule. You can't be together.
No. Oh, you're funny.
Because you'll get too attached. The first person you have sex with,
I agree with that,
they're glue to you.
When I become president, I will implement that, where it's 23 years old is the legal age everywhere across the board. From here to fucking New York.
Yep.
And also, fuck who you want to fuck. If you feel like doing a girl that night, do a girl. If you feel like doing a tranny, do a tranny. If you feel like doing fucking a guy, do a guy. I don't care.
Yeah, that's the thing. We got to have more freedoms.
Yeah.
Because we can't force people to call people certain things. We can't force people not to do something. We can't force people to feel a certain way.
That's why people broke with the mask. Because they're already so controlled with so many other things that they were like, that's the straw.
Yeah.
That's the match that lit the fire. It was just too much at that point. Everyone was being told what to say, like, how to say it, when to say it. They were also being told what to do.
Don't assume my pronoun. And they're like, I gotta wear a fucking mask.
Yeah. And then the world just imploded because there was too many rules.
And they're only, and if you're used to,
like, what happens when you put two virgins in a room, both really attractive, both young, both not allowed to have sex? They're going to have sex. 17
minutes, they're going to have sex.
It's gonna just make its own pressure, like a little fucking pressure cooker. Yeah. And then...
It's like atoms.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a magnetism there. It's unavoidable.
So we've put too many rules, too many things in place, and now we just fucking snapped.
Yeah.
And it makes sense.
Yeah. And we have to have freedom of speech.
And these people, okay... That's my other thing. These people that start riots because if a game wins, people that start riots because they see people marching in the streets for something they stand for, and they just get too amped up and they just start lighting shit on fire and throwing flames.
Yeah.
And how many of us want to do that, though, on a daily basis?
No, that's the thing. The loudest...
But I mean, I do. I would love to do that. Would I do it? No.
Right.
But I'm
the
saying,
majority of people don't do it.
No, exactly.
There's like 1 billion people in America.
In your head, you're like, yeah, I would love to burn it the fuck down too, but I don't.
Yeah.
Control yourselves.
Really, if you were to break it down, maybe hundreds of thousands of people have rioted?
Yeah.
All together, all across America.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a very liberal number.
Yeah.
I'm really padding it there.
It's probably smaller than that.
That's a fraction of the actual population. And think of the actual racist assholes out there.
That's also
probably
a fraction.
Very small.
So if we
population.
get these people together, the super racist, right? And the super combustible, they just like to fuck shit up. They don't really know why they're doing it. They're just doing it because
it's younger white kids, let's be honest.
Yeah. You take all of these guys and girls, probably